and I think this leads exactly to what Will. I'm gonna come to you. What he said. What came out today. Rivera said that at least for this week, he's benching Sam. What does this mean for? Obviously, we know what it means for at least this week and potentially this season. But what does it mean for him going forward as a starter?
Yeah, I hate this move. I don't understand in week 16 why you need to bench him now. And Ron has talked all season long about what is the point of this season was developing Sam, finding out what we had in Sam, almost to a sense of like Ron admitted this was a throwaway year. We're either going to sink or swim with this guy. Because if he really wanted to be the Ron teams of old, he could have played Jacoby all season long. We probably would have won 7, 8, 9 games. And then where we're at every season, but instead he said, I'm going to develop this young guy, see what this young guy can be to find out if we got something here. So why in week 16 are you now saying, oh, well, we need to go to the other guy? Now, the only thing I can think of is I think the coaching staff is getting frustrated with what they're seeing out there. He's played much tougher defenses, playing against Dallas, playing against Miami, going against the Jets defense. And this week is going to be San Francisco. And we've seen the turn to where the offense is just not doing anything. And he's not taking what's there at times. There's been a lot of showing of replays and I think the coaching staff has gotten frustrated with him about take what's there, don't hold the ball, looking for playing hero ball, something longer, even to the point where against the Jets at times, we've talked a little about him being rattled. They had some pockets and he threw the ball away or he ran out of it. He hasn't been getting sacked in the last couple of weeks, but his pocket presence hasn't improved. And I think they're just kind of seeing like he may have hit a spot to where he's just not getting it done. And that's why they're deciding to do this. But I don't like this for a couple things. I want us to lose the next 2 games. Regardless of whether Sam is the starter in 2024 or not, I want us picking in the top 3 of every round in the next draft. I don't want Jacoby, who's come in here and scored like 8 touchdowns in 3 quarters, to be leading us against
just the ball. Will
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't want that. We don't need to win these next 2 games and move further and further in the draft. So that's where I'm like, Ron, you're already getting fired. Your seal, your status is sealed. So just you don't need to be winning games. You know what I mean? So that's the part where I'm like, I just don't understand what this is. But then also for 2024, I think you just played our hand. If you're benching a young quarterback, you're showing that he's not your starter next year. So now you just showed the entire league, whoever's picking in front of us, they all know, well, Washington's picking a quarterback, so we better get up there to go get the guy we want. So if I'm the owners and I'm Eugene Shen, who's here to run our draft strategy right now, I'm pissed. I'm like, wait a second, why did you just show our entire offseason strategy?
Oh yeah, talk about blowing the whole draft strategy and exposing yourselves. Like that's stupid. And going back to one of the things you said, Will, Alex, I'm coming to you. Yeah. I mean, we talk about confidence. How are you expected to show this guy that you believe in him and that he is your potential future if you're going to take him out? If you're going to say, you know what, you got 2 more games that you could have, played the last ones, but you know what, we're going to bring you out of the game. You know what I mean? Like, what does that do for this guy's confidence?
Yeah. I agree with you, Sean. And Will, like you said, his confidence is lost. And I'm gonna say that Ron ruined Sam. He ruined him, and Eric Bieniemy ruined him too. Eric Bieniemy is a part of that, and Ron is a big part of that because Ron created this team. I mean, let's be honest. He never drafted again, you can find guys, a dime a dozen guys in the 7th or the 6th or whatever, but Ron never did that in the first. He never did get an offensive lineman in the first. I mean, look at all our first round picks that we got. Chase Young, he's gone. Josh Dotson, he's still unproven, been dropping balls. He was supposed to have a breakout year. Jamin Davis was supposed to be a middle linebacker, but can't play Mike. And Emmanuel Forbes, I think the dude's talented. He had a little up and down season, but people say he's too small. He can't tackle. Yeah, we should have got Gonzalez, the other dude from the Patriots, and then we should have got the dude from the Giants. I mean, what is Ron doing? I think with Dotson who is it? Jamin Davis and Emmanuel Forbes. One of them I think will be elite, but out of those 4 guys with Chase and Dotson and Jamin Davis, and one of these guys should be elite. Nobody is elite. These are first round picks. I mean, you would hope that somebody would be elite. I mean, this is Ron for you, but I would say they ruined Sam. And going back to your take, Will, why is Ron benching him? My think of it is at the end of the day, this is a business. You know what I'm saying? And it's a job. Ron is telling the other teams, hey, he still wants a job. He knows he's going to get fired. So at the end of the day, he's going to try to, bench Sam. Jacoby might win these last 2, possibly. I mean, obviously the offense looks a lot better, and he's gonna try to save his job. There's no question about it. I mean, if it's a job at the end of the day. So he's gonna tell all these other teams, hey, I'm still a coach if you need me. So I mean, that's what I believe. But yeah, Sam, and it also, like you said, Will, it also shows that he's not the guy for the future. Sam isn't. We ruined this guy, and there's a lot of other. He's got that mental bug, and it's hard for quarterbacks. And Sean, we talked about this a couple of days ago. It's hard to get the mental bug off you. If you look at Carson Wentz for a good example, right? Or RG3. Yes, these guys got injured, but I mean, you look at Wentz, right? When we got Wentz, we was hoping that he would be the Eagles guy, the MVP. But when Wentz hears boos from the fans, and I mean, he's lost in the sauce. I mean, if you look at him, he's scared. If you watched Sam at the beginning, 5 games in, even in that Phillies game, when he got hit or he threw a pick, man, he was poised. I mean, he was.
Yeah, Justin's helmet kept going.
Yeah, he didn't get bothered. He didn't get rattled. Nothing. Now he's lost it all. And some quarterbacks, it's hard for them to get out that mental bug. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, Ron benched him, I think, to keep his job, but they ruined the young man, and I feel bad for him. I really do. He don't deserve us. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, you know how I feel. Ab, I'm coming to you, man. This, for me, also the timing of this is weird. It almost brings me back to this time last year when Ron comes and has his press conference and he's like, "Oh man, yeah, I didn't know how good Sam Howell was. I didn't know what we had in house." And now it's like this is like, well, I think I'm going to sit him in. Everybody knows you're on your way out, Ron. So what power play are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? The timing of this is just off for me, Ab. What do you think about this, man?
I'm with Alex on this one, man. Like, this is kind of crazy, man. Like, right now, this, like, it makes no sense for him to make this move. Why go to Brissett? And the only reason that I can think of is that these guys are playing for their year next year. Mm-hmm. Like, EB's even doing it himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, they're like, look, we all not to have a job next year. So I mean, it might not be here, but we need to play. We need to do something to show that we can actually do, like, be competent and like get another job somewhere else. Like, if we're being frank, I don't think none of the staff keeps their job. Like, for real, like, and it's unless the new coach, new GM is like, hey, I like what you've done. You on a trial basis, kind of. Right. But no, I don't think anybody keeps their job for real, and that's essentially what they're doing right now. And it sucks because everybody around the league, all the fans are literally looking at this like you're about to mess up our draft spot. And like, that's all I could think about when they're like, go to Brissett. I'm like, you're effing with my draft spot. Like, I don't need that. I don't need that. I need that top 3 pick. Honestly, y'all keep doing what you're doing. It's already too late.
Right.
The fans accepted it. And honestly, I understand in a business standpoint because nobody wants to come to the field and watch some losing. But the real fans, we all understand that we're playing for our draft spot right now. So I understand. Harris wants to be like, we need more fans in here. We need to get some more money, but nah, the draft spot is what's important right now.
Right.
And this almost seems like a move like what Lovie Smith did. What was it last year, where he had an opportunity to lose, and then the draft spot would have been a certain way, and then he ended up going for 2 or something like that, just to spite the organization because he already knew he was on his way out.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. The Washington Commanders. There it is.